That's what we're using them for, if you will. So make sure you go ahead and you file those disputes while you're going ahead and you're paying down your credit card debt. All right. So let's make this clear too. Some people think, or some people get tunnel vision. Actually, they get tunnel vision when they, make that debt plan. And they're like, I'm paying off everybody and their mama. I don't want to owe anybody anymore. They get tunnel vision and they want to pay off any and everything. Like I said, my job, my responsibility is to look at your credit scores. Your credit scores. So paying off things are great for your pocket. Like you want to pay off your car early? Great. Whatever that payment is, whether it's $300, $600, or a $900 car payment, that's going to be money, cash money in your pocket every month once you pay that bad boy off, right? Your student loan. You probably been paying on your student loan for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years and paying on it. You want to pay that bad boy off so bad, you just don't want to have to deal with them anymore. So I understand. I get it. But those two things, and even a mortgage, throw a mortgage in there, those three things are all installment loans. When you pay those off or you reduce the balances on those particular kinds of loans, that does not help your credit score. So if you've got the option and you've got money to throw at debt and whatnot, you want to do that with your credit cards. As far as the credit bureaus and your credit score are concerned, that's the place where you want to get rid of debt first. First of all those things I mentioned, a vehicle, a mortgage, or a student loan, compared to a credit card, the interest rates are much, much higher on a credit card. They're also compound interest as well. And I don't want to bore you, and I don't have time to get into it with you about compound interest, but that is more detrimental to your pocket than those other installment loans. So you want to pay off that credit card debt. So that's where you want to focus to do that. And when you do pay off that student loan that you've had for 20, 30 years that's been on your credit report, you've been playing great and things of that nature, you pay off that mortgage, you've been in that house for 15 years or whatever it is, and you pay that bad boy off, you finally pay off that car. Maybe you had it on a 60-month term, which is 5 years, or maybe you did something crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You did something crazy and you had an 84-month term on a vehicle and you pay that bad boy off. It actually hurts your credit. It does. Your credit score falls. I don't know. It's probably one of the most common emails that I get saying, I paid off my car. Why in the world did my credit score go down? I paid that bad boy off. So those things do not help your credit score. Paying down that revolving debt, which are your credit cards, that helps your credit score. So those are the things, those are the priorities you want to take. Now, when you get to your dealing with your collections, of course, you want to look at your collections. And within that collection category, what's the priority? Who do you pay first? Do you pay the people that you owe the most? You got a collection for, $3,000. Do I pay that person first? Or do I deal with that particular collection first? Or do I deal with, the one that I only owe $50 on and, I forgot to pay a deductible at, my doctor's office or whatever? Which one do you deal with first? When it comes to collections, doesn't matter if that collection is $2 or that collection is $1,200. You're still going to get hit basically with the same amount of points. Same amount of points are going to come off your credit report. It's going to be negative for you. So that should not be the priority on how much money it is in, far as the balance is concerned. So some people actually think the higher the balance, the more points they took off my credit report. That makes sense. That makes sense to the, common man. That makes sense. But that's not how the credit bureaus work. That's not how they see them. So you don't want to do that. So it doesn't matter which one it is. Tackle the ones that you can. If you've got some money to throw at those collections and whatnot, and of course you're going to negotiate them, negotiate for a lower amount, and you're going to negotiate to have them pull them off of your credit report when you do pay, and get that in writing first before you make that payment, right? You're going to do those things. But in terms of priority, how are you going to tackle these? If you've got different kinds of collections, and I mean, when I say different kinds, you got one from an apartment complex, you've got one from Rent-A-Center. I don't know what the deal is with Progressive Insurance, but they're popping up on people's credit reports every week. I'm looking at them. So they are charging people that didn't pay their car insurance for a month, and they're putting it on their credit report. So if you got something like that, and you've got medical bills. So whether it is the ER, whether it's your personal doctor, whether it's a hospital, whether it's dental, whatever it is, and it's medical in nature, if you got different kinds of collections, you want to start with the medical. Why do you want to start with the medical? Because the medical, as of a couple of years ago, once you pay that to zero, and of course you can negotiate those too. Typically they'll take 25% off, but just recently somebody got 30% off or whatever their bill was, that I know of, that I've had contact with. So push the envelope when you talk to the medical people if you're going to decide to make that payment. But once that bad boy shows zero, whether it comes off your credit report or not, it's no longer going to hurt your credit score. So that's the one you want to take advantage of first. Then you can deal with the cable companies and the communication companies and all the kind of stuff that you might have on your credit report. Then you deal with them. They may or may not come off with the newer versions. Once you pay a collection, basically almost any collection, you will get points back. It won't hurt you whether it comes off or won't hurt you as much. Whether it comes off or not, or at least you're getting points back now. If you do, settle with them, or if you pay the whole thing, you're getting some points back for those. But that's the priority. Medical first, then you start dealing with any and everybody else that you might have on your credit reports. Then you start dealing with those bad boys. And all of these things in totality add up, and you improve your credit score. So that's how it works. That's how it is in terms of priority. If you've got a specific issue, a very specific issue that you want to know, or I didn't mention something today that fit your category and your issue, your situation, please contact me. Contact me, 800-creditscoreman.com. Contact me there. And follow me, you guys. Follow me on Twitter. I'm at @creditscore_man on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook, 800 Credit Score Man. Also on Instagram, 800 Credit Score Man there. And again, you can text me with your questions and vote. Vote for the intro song. Vote for the intro song. I want to remind you of that. 312-600-5855. Send me a thumbs up, a thumbs down. Look, until next week, I'll be back. Will you come back next week and check out the 800 Credit Score Man show? You know how I got to do before I get out of here? Kobe, Cameron, and Carter. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm out.